It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Niners and the Bucks. And it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
This is a city that's hosted more Super Bowls than almost anybody else. And, oh yeah, Brock, they've won a couple of their own along the way, too. We're in the home of the Buccaneers, Tampa, Florida, and Raymond James Stadium. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Heward on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage run after run and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense could get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Ball is teed up. Chase McLaughlin to do the honors. And we're off from Tampa. Israel Abanikanda on the return. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. So here come the 49ers for their opening drive. Leading them out, a player known, yes, for that draft status, but also as a great methodical passer. I know you love this guy, Brock. The last pick of the 2022 draft, it's Brock Purdy.
You know, Kate, people won't stop recognizing Brock Purdy as Mr. Irrelevant right at first, but they better start recognizing his game. He shed that label of his draft status to me long ago. He proved there is no fluke to his talent. He knows how to see it, how to feel it, how to deliver it, and most importantly, he knows how to elevate the people around him.
From the gun, Garindo. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. That's Antoine Winfield Jr. up to make that play. One snap in, and we have an injury timeout. Looks like they may be without a member of their secondary for at least a little bit as he gets worked on. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Play action now with Purdy. To the left side and reeled in by Kittle. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Yaya Diaby brings him down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
On third down, Purdy. It's his running back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he hit a seam and got it to the opposing 44. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. They stick with McCaffrey. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Offense sure is marching to begin this game. Here's a first down from the 30. Running back sent in motion. Purdy on first down. Complete out to the right side. And he's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
To the air, 3rd and long. Hauled in by Garindo. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
First down throw by Purdy. This is reeled in by Juwan Jennings. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Well, it looks like the defense jumps just before the snap there.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still first down.
They've made it to 1st and goal on their opening drive, hoping to start this game with 6. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. The back's got it. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
To throw again, it's Purdy. And got his man. That's a San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established and into top gear right here early on.
Jake Moody on for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the 49ers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. Set to return this, Trey Palmer. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So here come the Buccaneers, ready for their opening drive. They're brought out by a former #1 pick who always plays with energy and passion, Baker Mayfield.
There's just certain quarterbacks, the way they run on the field. You just say their name and just some adjectives and attributes pop up right away. For Baker Mayfield, scrappy, tough, a will to win. I'm not surprised at all to see himself back in the starting role. Not surprised at all to see him flourish. The dude is mentally tough, he's mentally strong, and he typically makes the most of his opportunities.
Shotgun handoff to Irving. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Once again, Irving. And he's brought down after a short gain. They pick up one on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
3rd and short, Mayfield. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
New set of downs for him from the 46. First down, here's Baker. That's complete, Mike Evans. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Here's 2nd and 7. This finds Evans, complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate, but the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. Finds his man over the middle. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They kick the running back in motion. This throw is caught. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Baker throwing again. The back grabs it. And that's a Tampa Bay touchdown. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game.
Yeah.
That's well done.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers start off well to tie things 7-7. McLaughlin has it on the team, and he's ready to send this flying. Here's a Conda on the return. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Second drive coming up for this 49ers offensive unit. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Purdy gets this from the pistol. Throw left side, complete. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. Shotgun handoff to Garindo. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Running back sent in motion. From the 43. That's caught in stride by McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
They're set up at the 35 now. He'll try the right side with Garindo. And without much room, he's going to go down at the 32-yard line. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. A type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Slot man motioned over. From the 32. To the sideline and intercepted. No, it's incomplete. He had the pick. Just couldn't hang on, though. And this drive lives on to see 3rd down.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
Throwing on 3rd and long. And he has it near the sideline and near the marker. And they're going to say he's out of bounds. Nearly a big play on 3rd, but now 4th down.
You know, that is such a bummer because as a quarterback, gosh, you got to give your receiver enough space and enough real estate to make that catch in bounds. That was off just enough to carry the receiver to the sideline before he could establish possession.
Moody knocks it through. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Palmer. This return makes it up to the 25. So the Buccaneer offense getting out there for their 2nd drive. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Irving on the inside give. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Brought down by Fred Warner. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Right back to Irving now. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd and just 2 to go. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. On target to Godwin. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. One of the tight ends motioning right. Here's the give to Irving. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Tight end going in motion here. Baker now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. Scoreboard shows 10-7. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
2nd and 10 now. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. That's Deshaun Gibson. And the 49ers get the football on the first turnover of the contest.
You know, one of the beauties of the game of football is it never sits still. It's constantly adapting. And that nickel defense right there, critical in taking the ball away. And when you think about nickel defense, you think about Rondé Barber, won the Hall of Fame in the summer of 2023, really revolutionizing the position of the nickelback. That nickel defender and that nickel defense, critical in that takeaway we just saw.
The 49ers back on offense and set to take over. They're going to start just inside of enemy territory following that pick. New set of downs for him from the 46. Purdy on first down. This ball's caught by McCaffrey. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, the big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers. That time, a running back in the flat.
On second down, here's McCaffrey. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. With a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
3rd and 4 coming up now. They kick the running back in motion. 3rd and short, here's Purdy. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Now this is out of bounds, and what a beauty! He coffin cornered it well. They're going to mark it at the 2-yard line. Tampa Bay ready to head out to the field. And we've seen both extremes of this passing game so far, Brock. 1 touchdown and 1 interception on the ledger.
A home run and a strikeout. A little sampling of what works and what doesn't against this defense, Kate. Now, you got to try to emphasize those things that you found success on with that opening drive.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. On the give, this is Irving. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10+, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. He's got him. That's McMillan. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Mayfield now from the gun. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. This one goes for 3 yards. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
Off the play fake. Here's Mayfield. That pass complete to Irving. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
Simply part of the job description for any running back in today's game. You're out there, you're going to be one of your quarterback's most important safety valves. And you've got to be ready for that check down at all times.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Mayfield to throw again. Caught by his back. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Here's Riley Dixon on now for the punt on 4th down. And this will be his first effort of the contest. The punt's away, and this one looking good. Angled this one for the sideline. So here come the 49ers on offense. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And the Buccaneers take possession down inside the 30 after the interception.
Going down the middle, as you can see, you're giving them a real chance at making that pick. Might be a case of trying to force one where he shouldn't have. And you're sure hoping as a quarterback you learn your lesson on that one.
Time for us to get another look at this Tampa Bay offense. And they're set up well inside of enemy territory, and they've got a short field after that pick. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Play fake, it's Mayfield. Connects on the crosser. And they're going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers parlay the interception into points. Mike Evans with the touchdown. I think we actually saw him call it early there, Brock. He made that throw, and then he signaled it was gonna be a touchdown, like a guy calling it before his three-pointer goes through the net.
Oh, you mean like Larry Legend Bird?
Ooh.
In the three-point shooting contest in the 80s?
Or maybe like a Tyrese Maxey, you know, but whatever.
Well, the kids aren't alive, I get it. And they weren't alive in the 80s. They didn't see Larry Legend do it, but he did, and he anticipated, just like the quarterback.
McLaughlin, attack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Buccaneers take a 4-point lead. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Return coming from the 6. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. The San Francisco offense headed out to take over. And this drive, Brock, hopefully longer than that last one. They were only out there one play before they were picked off.
They're kind of a good chance right now to see how risk-averse these guys are offensively. A lot of game left. They could give the passing game a little breather and start this one on the ground.
The 49ers find themselves in a great spot to start this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. They'll motion him out of the backfield. That throw finds Kittle. He's got to gain a 6 there. Hassan Reddick cleaning up that play.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Third and 6 for them to figure out now. Running back sent in motion left. On 3rd down, Purdy. This is brought in along the sideline. High degree of difficulty for a short gain.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Mitch Wisnowski on the punt. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. Fair catch called for and brought in at the 11. The Buccaneers and receiver Mike Evans headed back out. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They send a receiver in motion right. From the 16. Dumps it off to his running back. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
To this day, I could still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Ball at the 33 for first down. From the gun, Mayfield. Completed over the middle. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Brought down by Fred Warner.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. A tight end in motion now. From the 35 on second down. Completes this one to Otten. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Baker throwing again. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jason Pinnock picks it. And the 49ers are able to bring this back to the 35-yard line.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
Now the 49ers getting set to go on offense. They're set up at the 35 now. First down throw by Purdy. To the left side and reeled in by Kittle. And he gets him around 6 there. Yaya Diaby brings him down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Purdy setting up that play action. Brought in close to the 8. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
First down from the red zone. This throw is caught. And that play is brought to a halt, so they're going to say at the 5-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. From the gun, McCaffrey. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. From the gun is Purdy. And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. So Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
On is Moody for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the 49ers push their lead to 3.
Buccaneers 14.
Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Palmer. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Buccaneers and Bucky Irving ready for their next possession. And among all the team's pass catchers, partner, he has been one of the brightest spots in this opening half. I mean, I think we agree he's outshined several of their receivers and tight ends that we're used to seeing be the guys to get those targets. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. 1st and 10, it's Mayfield. Got his target, it's Otten. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Baker now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
An 8-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd down.
We're at the 2-minute warning now from Raymond James. The Buccaneers with a lot of work to do to get into scoring range. It's 3rd and 8, need to get a chunk here. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Evans brings in the slant. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Right side, hauled in by Godwin. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down. Buccaneers hustling to the line. They're in the hurry up. 1st down, here's Baker. Hits him on the out route. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Mayfield now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
right, set now, 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Motioning him from the slot right. Throwing again is Baker. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
3rd down. Here's Mayfield. Looking slant route, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And that will set up 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Oh, he nearly reeled that in, as close as you can get, but just an exciting incompletion.
Hey, I understand why this crowd and these fans were celebrating a touchdown, but not so fast. Catch.
Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. Well, we can see he made the catch. He definitely has possession, but did both of those feet hit down in the end zone?
Yeah, get that zoom button ready to go. Get the magnifying glass. Was there any green right between his feet and that end line? That's what they're going to be looking for in the replay booth.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Well, good thing they reviewed it, because after further examination, the call on the field has changed. McLaughlin, attack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers take a 4-point lead. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Has this at the 6. He's brought down to end that return as we've reached our 2-minute warning. The 49ers are ready to go on offense for the final time in the first half. And with field position and the clock against them, probably not going to see anything of substance here before halftime. Only 17 seconds left for him as they begin this drive. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle. We've hit halftime here in Tampa, and the Buccaneers toting a nice lead into the locker room. Now we'll keep it in state, but send you a couple